Good evening, all. Okay, so today, let us start with Jstl. So this is one, important. I can say it's an important, topic, which can be used for developing UI. Especially this is with the UI part. Okay, let's get into the Jstl. Right. So Jstl stands for. So what is the description for Jstl? Does anyone know? No response. Fine. So Jstl stands for Java Standard Tag Library. Okay, it's totally standard libraries. Okay, so that library provides what can I say? That library provides different tags. Okay, so there's nothing more. I mean, nothing much. Whatever suppose if you people aware about core Java, that concept. Sorry. So that's with the UI. Okay, right. So let's get into this. Right, so JSTL stands for JSP, Standard Tag Library, and yes, so it's a standard tag library that provides tags to control the behavior of JSP pages. Okay, so and also it can be used for iteration and for control statements. So whatever we have in core part, so all those can be achieved in JSP. So all those parts in the sense very basic things in Java, like declaring variables and yes, conditional statements, looping statements, and string functions. Right, and strings, if we get any number, or yes, it's with the numbers only, right? So how you provide a format, the format which you provide, so even that is also possible. And also XML part. Okay, so of course we are not going to discuss all the tag libraries, so I'll be discussing on a core library and formatting, and yes, SQL library also. Okay, so 3 libraries, or types of JSTL tags or tag libraries we are going to discuss. Okay, so this JSTL is a part of Java Enterprise Edition API, and also it includes included in most servlet containers. Of course, we can say it's a kind of extension part of JSP. So obviously JSP is a type of servlet. So then JST is also included in most of the container type, right? Right, and here one more thing, if we wants to run this application, JSTL UI parts, if you want to run this application, compulsorily we have to include the jars. Okay, include required jar files or dependencies. Okay, so those dependencies are JSTL and standard jar. Okay, so you can browse it in Google, so you will get this JSTL jar and standard jar. Along with the solid jar, we have to add these two. Okay, fine. Yes, let's get into this. Right, so what are the advantages? The advantages of this JSTL, right? So it's a fast development because we don't need to define anything. Okay, so we can use a predefined tags, and and you can do whatever the logic you wanted to perform. Okay, and then of course code reusability, and why we can say, what how we can say it as a code reusability, because most of the tags, whenever you need it, those tags can be used. Okay. And right, so when we use, when we talk about a JSTL, so definitely we don't need it scriptlet tags or scripting elements in simple way. Okay, so let's get into the first tag library, right? So that is a core tag. Actually today, what we are discussing, that's about a core tag library. Okay. Okay. Right, so based on JSTL functions, and they are categorized into different types. Okay, so what are those types? So JSTL core tags, which provides support for iteration, conditional logic, exception handling, URL redirection, and also forward, right? And also we have redirect and response as well. Okay, so we can use these tags, and yes, you can without defining any objects and all, so you can easily perform the task which you want to. Okay, right, so if you want to write core tag functions, or if you want to develop any core functionality of JSTL, then we must include this tag lib uh, inside our JSP page. Okay, and yes, as I mentioned here, I hope you guys have remembered tag lib. Do you all remember we have defined URI and right, so prefix. So same manner, same manner here also we use, but these are the predefined libraries, so you don't need to do anything, just use those tags, and you can perform core operations of Java. Okay, so let's see what are all the tags we have. uh, right, so we have cout, cset. Okay, cout is basically for printing expression or expression value. Set is used for setting the result of an expression. Remove is used for removing a variable which is specified on a specific scope. Okay, catch, so to handle exceptions. If for handling or for evaluating condition. And for each, so looping condition. Choose is the one which is used for switch case. Okay, along with the choose, even we have to use the when also. Okay, I've not mentioned here. Okay, right, so along with these we do have a URL, we do have redirect, and so on. Okay, so let's see one simple activities on hands-on activities on these core tags. Okay, that is my okay. Okay, let's create a new workspace for that JSTL. Fine. So let's take, one simple example here. Yes, I have already, actually I created a new workspace because I've already created and I've done those things. So I'm creating new workspace. Right. Now let me create a new workspace for dynamic project. Jstl core. Okay. So I will generate, I'm going to generate deployment descriptor as well. Okay. So now we'll see one by one. So I'm going to create one folder for out. It's not out, it's for a C out. Okay. It's a tag, fine. And now, sorry. So let me include, servlet jar. All right. Servlet jar is included. Okay. So now let's get into this out folder. Okay. So now create a JSP file. Okay. And now let's take it as an out tag. Okay. Fine. So now, as I mentioned, so let's see a simple example for your C out tag. And before that, yes, we have to include the tag library, right? So what is a tag library? We have to use, tag lib directive. So either you can use it inside a body tag or, at the beginning. So anything is fine, right? And yes, add, sorry. So this should be, all right. So now add page tag lib. Why it is not included? Okay, it's not page, sorry, I'm wrong here. Okay, tag lib URI equals to which is that URI. It start with http:// sun dot, it's not that, java dot sun.com / JSP/tags. Okay, JSP/tags. Here this is with the code, so I'll mention code. Okay, and come out of the quotes, double quotes, sorry. And right, so here it says, error. So let's go to, pass prefix. Okay, prefix equals to, so this is with the core tag, so I'll mention it as in C. Error is for what purpose? Okay, it says that this library, descriptor for this particular, tag, it's not finding this library. So what we have to do, then we must, compulsorily we have to include that Jstl jar file. Okay, so I have, I have that jar file. If needed, you guys can download it from the Google. So right now, yes, so on the library, select external jars, and here, let me check with the Jstl. Right, so here we have Jstl and also standard. I don't know whether it is there or not. I guess it's not there. Let's see, without that standard library, let's see. I included, no? Right. So I'll check with the refresh. Is it HTTPS? Notice it's correct only. So what else is missed? Taglib triplex equals to C. That is fine. Okay. So Jstl. Let me check in the downloads part. If exists, I'll take up, or else I'll download it from the net. String is not needed. Okay. Yes, it is there. Okay, so it's there in my downloads part, so I included. Okay, so you guys can see JSTL jar, solid jar, and standard jar. Okay, so now click on OK. Still this error is not gone. Let me, clean this. What else? Mhm. Problem is with my, tag which I passed. Okay, so it's not tags, so it is JSTL. Mhm. What else is missed? Everything is passed. So let me try to pass this, before body to legs. Still, I have that error. Why this is? Everything I updated. Okay, let me Google it and let's see. Okay, it is missing something. Okay, so why should I waste my time? Okay. Oh my God, it's taking so much of time. Okay. So now I downloaded this jar. So let's go back and extract it here. Oh, it says missing. This file is not there, I didn't observe. Okay. Uh, Hope it should work now. What else is missed out? Yeah, nothing is, everything is fine. This waste of time. Cannot find in the sense Jstl, but I've included the Jstl. Anything is missed out. Screen is not visible, huh? I'm just checking with the version, please. Mm, fine, then let me check with the, go back. Uh, Let me take that jar and or else I'll just copy this and paste it in a lib folder here. Oh, now it has gone. Okay, fine. So it has taken so much of time. I was forgot to add here. Okay, so now we were discussing about this file. Not this file, this tag that is C out, right? So basically out object is used for printing something, some data to a browser, right? So now let's take, sorry. First we have to take that prefix value, okay, and colon. After colon, we have to take that, object. It's, we cannot say it's an object, okay, we can say it as a tag, okay. And right, so here I'm gonna pass as a, assign value, okay, I'm gonna assign value. Right, C out, and I'm taking its attributes, okay, attribute as in value equals to some value, anything, okay. Welcome to what is this, Jstl, okay. So I've written welcome to Jstl, fine. And then yes, close this, tag. So actually, whenever we open a tag, then we must have a closed tag as well, okay. So right, so I closed this, fine. And if you want to write something, yes, you can write it here, along with this. Let me take a break, okay, break. And now I'm going to take, one more cout tag that is for printing some expression, means, with numbers. Okay, so C colon out and value equals to, let us set some value with the expression language. Okay, so how expression language starts? So always it starts with a dollar symbol, open and curly closed braces. Okay, and right, so let's have multiplication. Right. Okay, so now it is closed, right? So you can perform this way, with this cout. Okay, so let us run this. So we should add this, server, because this is a new project, right? Apache, in Apache it is 8. Directory, right? So here it's with Apache, and select this Apache. Okay, so now click on finish. Okay, it's taking time. So you guys can download, Jstl and solid jar, and which is the one more, that is standard, libraries, jar files. Okay, so we can download that, and we can, we must add those, with a project build path. Okay. It's taking so much of time. Good. This alert, works. It will not allow us to proceed as well. Meanwhile, let me explain, another, what is it? Yes, another tag. Okay. Right. So this is about, set. Okay. Set and remove. Okay. So both, together I'm discussing set and remove. Fine. Anyhow, it is done. Let's see. See, hope you guys can see. Welcome to Jstl as well as the number, the expression which I passed within that cout tag, it's displaying. So this one. Okay, so this is about your, out tag as like, Jstl. So like in servlets, so we don't need to define, this tags or declare this objects. Okay, directly we can get it these tags from the predefined library, and yes, we can do the things which is required for us. Okay, so here as a required function, I'm just printing message, one message and one expression to a browser. Right, now let's go to let's go and create a one more folder. Okay, this is for set and remove. So I'll okay, so let's take it as a remove as well. Okay, so now let's create one file, JSP. So this is the demo one file. Okay, you can create anything, that is fine. So now we have to add the jar again because this is a different file now. So taglib. First of all, I have to pass that, nature. So add taglib equals to taglib URI equals to http java.sun.com okay /JSP/JSTLs with core, right? And now we have to add a prefix. Okay, prefix equals to C. So here I'm wrong with the URI. So now save this. Okay, so please observe now. So I'm taking set, write out and remove 3 tags. Okay, fine. So here, let me take H1. Okay, so page 1. So in the page 1, let me display this. Okay, so now let's set two variables. Okay, any variables you can set, but I'll take two variables. C colon set in set var equals to, so this is a variable name. Okay, let's take let's take it as in Java. So I just take it's just a variable name, nothing else. Okay, and for this value. Okay, so value, let me assign it as a 30. Okay, so now let's take C colon set. Okay, so and var equals to here with the Java, and let's take it as a data analyst. Okay, or developer, anything is fine. Or developer, any other programming language. Data science, let me take. Okay, and for that value, so simply I'm assigning the strength. Okay, so let's take it as a 40. Fine. So now, yes, I set I've declared two variables and I've initialized values. So now we have to print. Okay, so we have to print. So before removing, I'm printing variables. So how do we print? C colon out, and here value. So I'm not going to assign any value. So I'll take expression language $symbol and open and close the curly brace. Fine. And then the variable which we have declared here. Okay. And the second one as well. Okay, so C colon out, again value equals to within double quotes $symbol, open and close the curly brace, and it's for the data science. Okay, so hope it is clear, right? And if needed, you can pass description as well. I mean, anything you can pass. So now what I'll do, I'll mention it as in Java, and down I'll mention it as in okay, data science. So let's take H1. If not H1, any other tag also you can take. It's nothing. I'm just copying and pasting this H2. Okay, so now let me write one statement here. Okay, so H1. So let's take it as an before remove. Okay, so I'm printing before remove. Fine then. So now let's take one more. Okay, one more in the sense this is now it's for removing. Okay, so let's write one statement here. If needed, I know you can have a comment here. Fine. What comment can be given here? Okay, so let me take it as a removing variable. Okay, so removing variable, and now for this variable, let's take that C colon remove. Okay, and here we have to mention the variable which we want to delete. Okay, so which one we have to delete? Let's say it as a data science. Okay, and now again you can print this these two statements, line number 17 and 18 can be written again. Okay. This is for, let's take it as an after removing variable. H2, it's not closed properly. Not closed, it's not opened properly. That's the reason. Fine. Okay, so now let's take, let's redirect this to another page. Okay, another page, and we'll see. So please observe now again with the session scope. Okay, so now it's for anchor tag and anchor with the H reference. Okay, so H reference equals to what needs to be given here. Let's take, this is for demo 1, right? Let's take it as a demo2.jsp. So actually we have to create this file. Okay, and click here. So it's actually giving, okay, fine, now error is gone. Let's take break. Okay, so now let's create one more file. Hello, guys, am I audible? Please confirm whether my screen is visible or not. No one is responding. Why? Fine, then I'll continue. Okay, so here I'm going to create one more page. So which page is that? demo2.jsp. Okay, so let's take with the smaller lowercase. This is for JSP. So it's a demo2.jsp. Okay, so now in this demo2.jsp, so let's try to print the value. Okay, so here H2, this is H2. Okay, fine, then now I'm gonna call both the variables, and let's see. H2. Okay, so in H2, what what I'm trying to do here, as I mentioned, I'm gonna call that variable. So how do we call that? So again, we are calling, we are using cout tag. C, it's a C colon. It's not visible. Why? Because I have not added that page taglib directive. Okay, so first we have to add that. Instead of that, I'll copy and I'll paste. Where is it? Okay, so now let's have this cout. This is for the data 1. Okay, so cout value equals to within double quotes. So what is that? I have passed it as a Java, right? And now let's here actually I shouldn't pass this, so let me pass. Yes, data stuff. Sorry, data science. Okay, so here value can be passed anything. Okay. So now let me, let's go to my file. I mean the demo one, and let me run this. Okay. It's not much complicated, so it's very easy. So yes, it says, we are in page 1. Okay. So, and yes, before removing values. Okay. uh, it's not values, it's a variable. Fine. So we have language name as a Java, and the next one is data time, data science, along with the value we have initialized, right? And now right, so it says removing variable. Actually I've not printed removed variable. Okay, so after removing, yes, so what are all the variables we have? So you can see here, we are able to get the data as a data science, in demo 1, because here I have written, right? Here I have written, but not the value right now. So if needed, ampersand NB SP with a colon. Okay, so this is just for the space. Okay, so if required, you can copy this and you can paste it here. Everywhere, wherever you required. So now let's go to this page and please observe here. Why is this? Okay, so this is not the one, demo 1. I should include after H2 tag. Okay, so let me close this H2. Now it will work. Okay, so now let's remove this. If needed, we can have one more H2 tag, for this cout. Okay, fine. So now let's go and refresh this. Still we are getting. Okay, let's have break for now. Okay, I took break. I mean break tag. Okay, so Java with a value and right. And if I click on this, click here. So it says, Java and data science as, value. One is a variable which I've written. Let me show you the second page. This one, along with the value which we have. First of all, is this right? So we have to call this by, it's a, what say, expression language. I guess I did wrong. Okay. So it's not with the direct one. That's the reason it's printing. So I should pass with the. Okay, now it's perfect. Fine then. So now let's go to close. Instead of closing, let's write this. So you people can find, values are not getting, because so obviously if we wants to redirect values from one page to another page, right? So we must have, some scope, right? So we don't have, any scope right now. So let's pass, scope as a session. Okay. So we have learned, HTTP session. I hope you all remember, right? So now I'll pass value as, session scope. Right, so where is it? Okay, you can decide, which value you wanted to redirect it to another page. Okay, so let me take, Java as the value, which needs to be passed. So here I can mention 30 students, or okay, so 40 students for data structure. Okay, so I'm going to redirect this value to another page, second page. Okay, so in such cases, we, pass, or we use attribute, session attribute. Okay, I'm wrong somewhere. It's not wrong. So within double quotes, I'm passing. Fine. So here, I'm going to pass session. Okay. So session equals to which session it is? I'm sorry, it's not session, it's a scope. Okay, scope equals to session. Okay. So now let's go to our first page is done. Let me check here. Okay, let me refresh this page. Right. So nothing is happening. So here what I'll do again, I'll redeploy for the first page. Why this is an error, undefined attribute scope. Why is it so? Let's see for the second one, and then we'll see. Nothing is there. Fine. So once we'll try to redirect. Basically, scope is used for mentioning the files which you want to redirect. So here I have an error. Attribute scope invalid according to the TLD. Okay. Demo1 file. Where do we pass the scope? Oh, shit. This actually I'm setting scope while printing, not while setting variable. Okay. Control Z. Let me remove this session here. Control X. Save, and let's go to this Java, or for the data science. So yes, you set scope as session. So now we are unable to we are able to, still I have an error in the line number 18. Okay, so here it's mistaken. So hope it will work now. Right. So it's printing values 30 and for 30 for Java, 40 for data science, and yes, so after removing, yes, so we are getting value, Java value, but not for the data science because we have removed, right? And right, so let me check with this, click here button. Right. Still, it's not accepting that value. Why? Am I wrong with this second page? Cout value is Cout and H2. Everything is right, Alina. Let's take, let me comment this one and we'll check. Actually, it has to print the value, okay? But I'm not getting the value. Value of Java, it is 30, right? So we are, we kept session as a scope. So this value is available for this application. Okay, not application, wherever we are setting, yes. So whenever we set session scope for any variable, that can be accessed anywhere. Okay, but I'm unable to get in the second page itself. It's not accepting. It's wrong. Nothing. See out. Close H2. Let's see for this variable also. Session equals to okay. I don't know what is the problem, but yes, this is how we set a value, not a value, scope. Okay, if you wanted to print value to another page, it's not for printing. Yes, for we can say it as a redirection. Did I included all? Okay, which one I removed variable? This is data structure, then why it is for Java, it's not printing. Fine. So we don't want to waste time anyhow. I'll check this and then I'll give this activity. I'll share this activity. Okay. But now I'll just move with another activity. So that is for just a second. Okay, fine. I'll take one more, that's for set. Let's see. So here, in set, I'm gonna create one HTML file. Okay, so here we can take anything. Let's take it as a login or home page. Okay, so in this, let's add that, form tag. So I'm adding, form here, action equals to. So let's, let's see this later. And if you want to add, any methods, you can add up. Okay. So, and now, uh, let's take enter name. Okay. Enter name. Okay, so here, for entering name, so obviously we need to have our, inbox, right? Input tag, not inbox. Yes. So even we can say it as an input text file, text box, right? So now, okay, so for now, let's take input type equals to what can be passed here for text, right? So text and name. Okay, so name equals to username. Okay, and now let's pass one input button. Type equals to button, type equals to button, and value, value equals to, so let's take it as in submit. Okay, and now let me create a one more, that's for okay, so let's take it as a okay, I have taken here login, right? Fine, so let me take it as the home page. Okay, so again, home page. So here in the home page, home.jsp. So let's pass, we can pass tag lib here. Okay, so before our body tag, we can pass. Okay, uh, right. Tag lib URI equals to why it is uppercase. Okay, tag lib URI equals to http:// and here we have to pass java.com//JSP/ with the Jstl forward with / with a core, and also we have to pass prefix. Okay, so prefix equals to C. Array. So this should be Jstl, right? Okay, so now let us set the variable first, the variable name which we are getting from the user. Okay, so now let's take a C set, C : set. Okay, so in this set, variable equals to what we can pass here. Let me pass here as a username, and value for this. So how do we set value? Because we are getting from the user and we are going to set. Okay, so for that, value equals to with your expression language. Okay, so I'm going to take param dot what is that name of the variable username we are setting, that is uname, right? Within double quotes it's closed, right? So this is about setting parameter. Okay, so now if you want to send this to the browser, okay, so how do we send? C:out, C:out, and here value. Okay, so directly value, because we are not setting, we are just getting, right? So we are retrieving again expression language. Okay, so in this expression language we have to print the name which we are setting. Okay, so here, right, let's close. So this is one simple one. Okay, so now let us run this. Yes, so actually 1 second, so because I have not passed action value, so this should be home.jsp, right? Home.jsp. Okay, so now let's go to Okay, so now let's enter our name. It's not redirecting. Why? Login home.jsp. Right only, na? Let me clean. Why today, activities are not working fine. Let's take here as, let me change here as a button to submit. Okay, so I guess now it will go. Okay. What else can be done? That's it, right? So there is nothing more logic here. Refresh. Let me close this. Let's have a break here. Okay, I need one more break. Oh, it's redirecting actually. So when I enter username, the control, when I click on submit, it will be redirected to the second page. Okay, so that second page is home.jsp, and in this home.jsp page, we are getting that parameter, by calling param object. Okay, dot username, I mean uname. So this is a variable we are setting here in login page. This one. Okay, and right, so this value, whatever the value we are getting, that we are setting to this variable called username, and this username, we are printing or we are returning to the browser. Hope it is clear. Any questions or any queries on this, guys? No questions. Fine then. So we'll move ahead with another, yes, concept. So that is for the forward and for the param, forward and param core libraries. Okay. Here I can say it is for the conditional statement. I'm taking it for conditional statement as well to forward request to another page. So let's take, one more page. It's not page, sorry, folder. Let's take it as a if. Okay, so in this if, what I'll do, I'll take, I'll create one file. Okay. Here, we'll create HTML file only. This is for the login page. Okay. Okay, so login form. And now, okay, so we can add, library. We can add the library. So which library is that? right? At taglib URI equals to, and here let me copy paste it. Okay. See, we are nothing, we are not doing any special, kind of things here. We are just including and we are getting those, tags which is defined in this core library, and we are performing some or, few functionalities. Okay, so now let's have a login page, which we are familiar. So username and password. So let's go to this file, and I'm just copying. Okay, because this is the form page, right? This, okay, this should be HTML file. I'm wrong, just a second. Okay, so let's have an HTML file. Login form. Okay, so now before header part, not that. Okay, so here we can pass our library file. Okay, so I'll copy this and I'm pasting here. Why this is? I'm such a fool. So here, this is HTML page now, so it is not working. So fine. So I'll take one more. This is for the password. Okay. Password. Okay. PSW. And here, let me take this. Okay. So now click on, submit. I mean, one button, generating or creating one button. Fine. And now let's create one login page. Okay. So let's create one login page. Let's go to this if condition, and let's have JSP page as login. Okay. So here in the login.jsp file, I'm gonna pass, no. Let's go to this home page. Copy this URL. Okay. So go back to this login page. Nothing. I'm just copying and pasting that library files instead of writing every time. Okay, so now let's take, we are just trying, I'm trying to get the variable and I'm evaluating. Okay. So now C colon if I'm passing test. Okay, so I'm gonna pass test condition here with the expression language. Okay, so in this expression language, password, it's not password, sorry, it's a param. Okay, param colon, right, so it's a it's uname. Okay, so if it is equal to, let me pass the condition as an ExcelR. Okay, and param dot PSW, if it is equals to, if it is equals to, let's take ExcelR 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm taking ExcelR 1, 2, 3. This is the evaluation, condition evaluation, or we can say it is a validation part as well, right? So now, in case if this condition is true, if the username and password meets, the validation requirements. So then control will be just to another, page. For that, I'm going to use, action elements. Okay, so JSP forward, uh, JSP forward and page. Okay, so page is equals to, I have not created, but yes, I'll create one success page, success dot page. Okay, right, success dot page. Hope it is clear. And now again, along with this forward tag, let me remove this. Okay, forward is closed. Along with this forward, let us pass param as well. Okay, param, and value is dollar symbol with expression language, param dot, it's a username, param dot, it's uname. Okay, and if needed, we can pass name as well, shared value. Okay, shared, anything is fine. Okay, so then close this, param tag, and then close the forward tag. Okay, so then we have to close. What happened? Okay, so even conditional statement is also right, closed. It's not statement, sorry, it's a tag. Okay, so now let us run this. I mean, let's go to this home page. Let us change this action value as login.jsp. Okay, so now let's run this, or we can say deploy. Next, and click on finish. Okay, so yes, username. Okay, so let's pass. So it's redirecting, but where it is redirecting? It's not meeting, it's not meets its requirement. Okay, so actually we have to create one more page now, success page, right? So let's go here. One, yeah, success.jsp. RJ. It's created as a SQL format. What happened today? Okay, again, I'm gonna create one JSP file. Okay, so this is for the success page. Okay. Right, so nothing here, we can just display one message that, successfully registered, or, welcome to this, login page, and so on, we can mention. Okay, so this is what message I've, I have passed, but right. Okay. Okay, fine. Now I'll try to pass the same values. Okay. Where is this login page? ExcelR is the value, but this is not evaluating because without passing these values also it's accepted, no? It says success page is not. So if test equals to param.uname system, username and password, param dot password. Let's see which name I passed. Correct only. Everything is fine. It's actually redirecting, but it's not printing. But where it is printing, it has to redirect it to success dot. Sorry, it is JSP. Okay, so this is mistake from my end. Lots of noise here. Okay, so for each variable equals to index begin 0, ends with 5. Okay, so how many steps you wanted to increment? So that is also you can mention here. Step, step equals to, yes, let me pass 2. Okay. And right. It is step. Okay, step equals to 2. So in such cases, let me pass it as a 10. Okay. And now H1. Okay. So C colon out. Okay, C colon out and within double quotes, no, expression language. Okay, so in this expression language, let us pass variable. Okay, index. Fine. Index variable. And now we can run this. Index is a variable which holds, these values. Remember, it begins with a 0 and ends with a 10, but yes, incremented by 2. That's what is a step 2. Okay. So hope you guys can see now. So it's incrementing by 2, right? Let's take, let's remove this. Okay, I committed. And now let's go back to the JSP page and let's refresh this. So it says an error. Line number 12. Let's see. Because of this index, I mean step. Okay, so you guys can see the, so it's printed 1 to 10. Why? Because we have I have removed that step value as a 2. Not only 2, you can have for any other value, 2, 4, 8. So it depends on your necessity. You can have that. Okay, so hope it is clear, guys. Let me check those. 1 second. Let me check the comments. Okay. And then no questions from technical part. Fine. So let's get into another one. Before that, give me a minute. Okay, so let us continue with, another part. It's not another part, it will be for the next tags. Okay. Here, I'm going to take with the Java classes. Okay, Java classes in the sense the bean classes. Don't worry, it's not related to Java. It means I'm going to take one utility class and one customer class. Okay. Fine. So let me create, um, why this, there is no package. Okay, inside SRC. Okay, so this is com dot let's take it as an Jstl. Okay, and now in this I'm gonna take one class. Okay, that is customer. Or else let us take employee bean. Okay, I'm taking it as an employee bean. Okay, so class is created, right? And now let's take private, private integer. Okay, so integer and here, customer ID. Okay, I'm taking it as in CID. EID, not for customer. Okay, so now again, private string, employee name. Okay, so I'm taking employee name. So these are the two attributes, values I've taken here and get a set of methods. Okay, nothing more. Okay, so let us, generate source code. This is for generating data setup methods. Okay, so I have, I've already informed you all, how to create a, not create a, how to write data setup methods, or as directly we can generate these data setup methods. Okay. So now let's take one utility class. Okay, so where it returns list of employees. Okay, so in the same package, employee e-utility I'm taking. Okay, employee utility, and click on finish. So here we are taking, util package. Okay, import java.util.star. Okay, and now observe, this class is trying to return a list. So for returning a list, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to write one method of, return type as a list. Okay, so for this, what I'll do, I'll take, public list of type, employee bean. We have that only now, employee bean. Okay, and get, one second, So, and now, which is that method? That method is get employee details. Okay, so this is my method name. Okay, and now we have to instantiate one object for list. Okay, so list of type employee bean. Okay, and the object of it. Okay, so let's take CL equals to new. Let's take it as a array list. If you don't want to go with a duplicate, then obviously we can have a set. Okay. Hope it is clear, guys. And now I'm gonna set values. Okay, so how do we set values? List. I'm taking it just a L. Okay, so L dot, L dot set. Why is this? Okay, so I should, before this, before calling this, I should instantiate employee class. Okay. It's employee bean, right? Employee bean. Okay. emp equals to new employee bean. Okay, so now emp dot set id. So let's take 111. Okay, and now we can set the name as well. Okay, so let's vote this, and I'm gonna set why this one is chain to set name. 1 second, let me check this. Set employee ID. Yes, we have. Then why? Okay, so set name. So name, let's take it as an Sham. Okay. Why? Everything is fine now. It says set employee ID is undefined. It is defined only now. And moreover, it is in the same, package as well. Employee bean. Anything is missed. Get employee details and creation object for L, and instantiation of employee bean. Correct only. Then why setter methods are not visible? Okay, let me comment for now. And I'll just go to this class, employee class. Set employee name, get employee name. Just a minute. Huh? Let me modify, because it's not accepting, but logic is right. Okay, so now let's go here and let me try to call again. Okay, so emp dot set number. So for setting number, it should be numbers. Okay, so now it's gone. I mean, the errors are not there. Okay, so now again, emp dot set set name. Okay, so I mention it as an Sham, right? Hope this logic is clear. Okay, so one record inserted, actually we can have more values, but here, I've taken only two values. Okay, and two values in the sense, two properties of an employee. Fine. And then create one more object. Okay, so create one more object. That object is for same again. Control-Shift-F. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll copy paste. Okay, I'll copy this employee object. Just I'll change the name. Okay, emp1, emp1, and emp1. Okay, so now let me change this, 1, 2, and let's take. Okay, so this is how, yes. So we set, we instantiate, we set values. Okay, finally we have to return this list. Okay, before returning this list, we have to add that, these values. Okay, these employee values to this list. So we can have, why this is not. Okay, so we can create a few more records. Okay, few more records. Hope it's clear. So, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, so for me it's enough. And now what I'll do, I'll add these two employees to a list object. Okay, so which list is that? L dot add what is that first object? It is emp, and again L dot add. So again, second one is emp1. Right now. And finally, yes, we have to return the cell object. Okay. Returning list values. Hope it's clear about, this logic, guys. Any questions on this? So now I'm importing. Okay, I'm going to import these values and I'm trying to print. Okay. So let us take it as a for each. Where is that for each? So here we have. Okay, so let's click on that folder and create one JSP file. Okay. And I'm taking it as a demo. Okay. Do we have demo? Fine. Demo 2 for each. Okay. Fine. So here, if we want to get these two values, then we must, import those two. I mean, that object, not object, that libraries. Okay. So the package along with these classes. Fine. And now let's see how to import this. Sorry. So let's go to this JSP page and let me copy this. And go back to this page and yes, paste this. Okay, so along with this, we have to. So let's take that page directive. Page. Okay, so page with, import. So let's take, let's pass that package. So which package is that? Let me copy this, from this classes. Okay. Let's see. I'll copy and I'll paste here with the employee bean. Okay. And I'll import another one as well. Okay, so that is for utility. Okay, utility. Hope it is clear, how to import, because we've already discussed about the import, no? Right, so now let's take, if needed, actually, even we can have, right. Java dot util dot. I'm taking, I'm giving it as a star. Okay. And now let's observe scriptlet. Okay, in the scriptlet, what I'm going to take, I'm taking employee utility. Okay, so e utility and u equals to new, because it's a class, so we can have instantiation. Okay. Fine. So next, sorry. So next I'm gonna pass, list. In list again, employee bean, correct only, no class name. Yes, employee bean, and e equals to utility. Okay, so u dot get employee. Okay, so get employee details. And again, okay, so we are requesting to set attributes for this. Okay, so you all know, right? Request object. Yes, request dot set attribute. So which attribute we have to set? That is EMP. Okay, it's 1 second. So the object is this E. I have taken it's just E, so this should be within double quotes. Okay, so now again, I'm taking, let me pass it as an EMP as an object. Okay, so now I have to pass. Okay, so EMP, it is just a kind of string variable. And now, which object is that? It is just an employee object. Okay, so we are just, we are setting attribute and request scope. Okay, so why an error here? The object is this one. One second. It says insert. This is inside scriptlet only, no? Okay, instead of request, I've taken session. Okay, so now let's take, for loop. I mean for table, for each along with a table. Okay, so table, if needed, you can have one border, border value, which is equals to, let's take it as a 1. Okay, and now let's take for loop. Okay, for loop in the sense for tag, so that is C colon for each. Okay, so in this for each, variable is index, var equals to index. Actually we can pass anything, but it should be, value should be within double quotes. Okay, uh yes, variable should be within double quotes, and yes, items. Okay, so items which is there in that list. Okay, so here, yes, I'm gonna call that. Okay, so how do we call that? First we have to call the list, this one, string variable emp. So yes, paste here. Okay, so after pasting, uh, okay, I'm taking tr. Okay, along with the tr, let's take td as well. Okay, so and with this td, let's print c colon out. Okay, c colon out, and value equals to within index dot it's a id, right? Let me check with this uppercase. Yes, id. Okay, and another one. Okay, so before that, let us close all td and tr, and I'll copy and I'll paste the same. Okay, and here I'll change the name, that is name. Okay, so here, name, fine. Okay, so id and name. Now let us close for each and table and write. Okay, so now let me run this, view part. Hope it should work. If errors, okay, so it's taking for a restart. Something is missed here. Okay, so now it is, let me, modify. And one more page I have to create, that is what is it, right? UI part, UI is not needed, I know right now because we are setting values, but yes, we can create a one more UI page as well, to get values from the user. Instead of hard coded values, yes, we can get it in that way also. Still an exception. Fine. So our time is exceeded. Okay. So we'll have same discussion tomorrow as well. So JSTL core library with the formatting library. Okay. Any questions on this? Last date. So it will be on Wednesday. Fine then. So I'll continue this in the next session. Same execution part, and then we'll continue with the formatting function, formatting JSTL library. Okay. Fine. So thank you all. We'll see you tomorrow.